to another one of my videos. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you guys how to make a custom stencil at your house with just some printing paper and some vinyl. Alright guys, so we're starting off my video on my MacBook screen to show you guys how to get the image. So like I said before in the previous video, all you have to do is look up an image you want. You can do any image, but the more simpler it is, the easier it is going to be to cut. So for example, I picked out this guild from a show I watch, and so what you do is, as usual, save as, and I'll just put fairy tale, save it to wherever you want. I'm picking downloads, you click save. So now that you have it saved somewhere where you know you can find it easily, you're gonna go to Finder and look for it. Mine was pretty easy, it's just on the main page. So now you double click it, let it load up, you go to print. Now here it's a little too big for a shoe, so what you're going to do is go on scale and scale it down to the size you want. This might take me a while because I'm going to have to estimate it because I haven't actually found out the dimensions to put it on. So let's do those. I'm going to pick it on a size 15. I usually make mine black and white even though it's still black. It's a habit. So this looks all good to me. So what you do now is you'll press print. So now that you have your picture printed, I'm gonna go off the computer and go onto my camera to show you guys what to do next. So now that you have your picture printed out on your printing paper, you're gonna need some vinyl. You don't need it, but it helps a lot. If you do, it's like gives you more retries because it's like a sticker that you can peel off. I got two different types of vinyl. I got this red Oracle I bought on Amazon for $5. It looks small, but it got a couple rolls. It will last you quite some time before you have to buy another one. Then I also have this one that my sister actually gave to me. It's really big, so you have way more, but I don't think it's as good as the Oracle one because it's not sticky. So yeah, $5 on Amazon.
Guys, something you could do for the image, to make it easier, you could cut down the image to size.
So what he was trying to explain is you can just cut down your image down to a size. So it can be easier to apply some vinyl, because if you don't, you're gonna have to use a bunch of vinyl to cover out all the white part, but in reality all you need is this. So now that you have your image cut out down to size, what you want to do is get a piece of vinyl that's approximately the same size, maybe a little bit bigger, and cut it down too. I already had an extra piece, see. So now that you have your vinyl and this ready, now it's ready to apply. Now that both are down to size, you're going to get your printing paper, peel off the backing, the sticker. It's got no nails, just really hard. But so something I do to make the process easier is I tape my picture down so it's not all over the place, because sometimes you're cutting and the picture will just move and you have a big line between the picture and it's just gonna ruin it and you have to start all over. So my advice is just tape it. So now that your image is cut down to size and you have your X-Acto knife, you're ready to cut. Some stencils may take multiple layers, but since this is just an outline, you're gonna want to cut out all the black, because whatever you're cutting out from the black is where the paint is going. So I want the outline, so like I said, cut out all the black. Alright, so now that your stencil is cut out, you'll have two things. You'll have your vinyl stencil, and then you'll have the actual figure. So you can use both as like a multi-layer stencil, but the first thing you would want to do is put on the outline, because this is what's going to be behind everything else. So this is going to be your main stencil. You can use this just to make extra fine details, but I'm gonna just show you the main stencil part. As a bonus, we're actually applying this stencil to a shoe because I figured out that the customer wanted a white stencil of the cat, so we're going to be using some Angelus white and an Angelus round brush. Alright, so to apply the stencil, what you have to do is peel off the backing like we did with the printing paper, and like I said, I have no nails, so it takes forever. Alright guys, we finally did it. We peeled off the backing. So, as I said, I'm placing it on this shoe. So, you see, it's a vinyl sticker. So you don't have, if you place it and you mess up, you can just unpeel it and put it back to the position that you want. For example, so for the bonus part, I'm using some Angelus flat white. I got a 4-ounce bottle on the website for $5. You'll also need a paintbrush. Wow, this is extra stuff. Like I use a rag to wipe down the paint, water cup to clean the water, and something extra that but I highly recommend is a heat gun. My heat gun's in my drawer right now. The heat gun will speed up the process and dry the paint faster, so you don't have to wait as long. Huge discovery just made. If you keep the white part which you cut out, you can actually reapply it, so it can be way easier to paint, so you don't have to go over it. Of course, it's not as big, it won't be as sticky. I don't know how to explain it. So there will be some overspray or underspray under it, but it'll be way easier to touch up now because you won't have to paint all of this again. So the painting process was actually a lot faster due to my heat gun. Like I said, $22, Amazon, get one, it helps. So now I've applied the layers. I think I applied a good 9 layers. I used very little bit of paint and applied multiple layers to get a nice even color. As you see, it's a good white, so now all I have to do is peel it. So like I said before, you're gonna get some underspray over your stencils no matter how good you paint, unless you use an airbrush or something over, it'll actually lower it more. But I told you this Oracle spray doesn't do a lot of underspray, so now you'll go over with a detailed brush and paint these parts black. Alright, so now that the details are done, I fixed up all the lines with my detailed brush. This is the result. So I also noticed that in the picture of the cat, he had my right eye. So what I did was I actually didn't cut this part out. Instead, I got the flat black, and I just did a quick little line to make it look like an eye. So this is the stencil I created. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to see more stencils or other future videos coming up in the way. Also, tell me what you guys think about the new mic that I'm using. Thank you.